In this video, you are going to learn about digital ethics, what I'm doing, and the relation between digital ethics and e-commerce. My name is Cornelia Diethelm. I'm the founder of the Shifting Society. I'm the founder of a think tank for digital ethics because I think it's one of the hot topics in the digitalization age. Shifting Society, that's my own company. It gives me the opportunity to do whatever I'd like. One part of Shifting Society is the think tank for digital ethics. Another thing are projects like to promote more women in digitization or to combine digitization and sustainability. A little bit to bash when conferences are all men panels, then I write something on LinkedIn or Twitter and say, oh, that's really a bad idea or a bad conference. And then I'd like to give proposals for women because I think there are a lot of really great women and they just need a platform. Addresses companies to be responsible if they use data or technologies like blockchain or artificial intelligence. It's to make clear whether it's really a use case with a benefit for the consumer and society, or whether it's only an interest of a company. We have certain values. We'd like to be fair. We'd like to protect our privacy. And there are a lot of new issues if we use new technologies. So we have to make sure that the consumer like the new innovations and they feel safe with that. Values like privacy or fairness are accepted and not destroyed. Right now, for example, it's the hiring process of people. There are some startups that offer tools with artificial intelligence, and they say you can have a voice print of a person and then they can analyze this person. In my opinion, a little bit bullshit because to be successful on your job doesn't depend only on some issues like if you are extroverted. It depends very much on the company, on the culture, on your team, on your boss. And I think the voice is really a very sensitive part of you. It has a lot of information about your personality, about your illness, and there are a lot of information that are not relevant for companies if they like to have you as an employee. When we talk about digital ethics, there's no border because you always have a look at the case. You cannot say blockchain is bad or good. You have to see where can you use blockchain, what is the impact, and one very important issue are the values of people, like privacy, no discrimination, fairness. So that are a little bit the issues that you have to take in account if you push some new projects. It's very important that we use data for innovation to be more relevant for people, especially if you think commercials. So there's a huge potential, a lot of chances for our society, especially for education or healthcare. We can use data in a lot of good ways, certainly. That's the case, yes. Very hard to say because this conference is unique. So there's the who is who of the retail. It's the mix that it's unique on this conference. So that you can have a networking, that you have some people from the practice that share their knowledge. So that's really unique, this combination. A hot topic in e-commerce is certainly the pricing model. If you have a database model, you can earn money in a complete other way. There are a lot of offers that I don't have to pay, but somebody else pays for that. And there are a lot of opportunities to have dynamic pricing or individual pricing. And there you have to make sure that consumer accept this, because if you have only individual pricing because you would like to make money as much as possible, So then people don't think that's such a good idea. They'd like to have fair prices. So a price that depends really on the product or on the service that they get. Think about what data you need and for what purpose. That's really the biggest challenge. Think before you act. I guess that's the most important. And then if you use it, you should inform your consumer so that they can make informed choice. And you should make sure that they know the benefit of that. Why do you use it? It should be a benefit for the consumer and not only for yourself. And I would propose that you have people in your company that know a little bit the values that people have or the constraints, the dilemmata sometimes, that you can really have a little bit a balanced decision, because sometimes there's not the huge technology necessary to reach your goal. You can do it in a smarter way. So it's really think before you act. Voice recognition, it's just now it's a little bit a hot topic, and they communicate it's safer than passwords. But I would say that it's not necessary to have such a lot of information to have an identification of your consumers. You are in love with a technology and then you use it, but it's not really necessary. It causes more problems than solutions. I could imagine that in e-commerce that we have a lot of augmented reality applications, and you can command with voice so that you don't have to type it in a PC. I think it's more convenient. Not only voice, I would rather say you have to combine technology to have some choice. So if you only use voice in an assistant, you always get 1, 2 or maybe 3 suggestions. With augmented reality, there's a bigger choice, so that's maybe a chance.
In the next video, we're going to talk about how digital leadership is the key ingredient to become the next leader in digital commerce in Switzerland.